Most critics say older women shouldn't have fertility treatment.
A pub on Tyneside is gutted after a petrol bomb attack, the motive still unknown.
Double blow for Newcastle out of the FA Cup and Andy Cole out of the team injured.
And another royal visit as Prince Philip spends a day touring firms in the region. Good evening. A 48-year-old northeast woman has given birth to a test tube baby. Mrs. Pat Barker from Sunderland had already gone through the menopause when she began treatment for infertility at the Cromwell Clinic in Washington. Her son Christopher was born after no fewer than 9 unsuccessful attempts to have a baby using test tube techniques.
The birth of baby Christopher reopens the debate over whether
It's Blue Cross in the Alders Sale of Sales. Every Blue Cross is a sale price with even more off. The At Home with Alders Blue Cross is now on at Teesside Retail Park, Stockton. And
the region's industry. He confessed that 50 years ago he was second in command on a vessel under construction on the Tyne.
And during this period, I lived in a hotel in Jesmond, I think, seem to remember it was, and commuted daily to and fro to Hawthorne Leslie. And I learned a very great deal at first hand about shipbuilding industry and about the design and construction of naval ships. Well, the winner of the North East Businessman of the Year for 1993 is Chris Thompson, Express Engineering.
Chris Thompson became managing director of Gateshead's Express Engineering at just 29 years old. 8 years later, he admits engineering's seen better times.
It's certainly been harder to succeed and perform in the past few years. But through hard work, determination, and being competitive and being having a world-class vision has certainly kept us on the right track.
And it's just the attitude which brought Railroad Limited in Hebburn onto the Royal Circuit for the first time. The company, which began production at the turn of the century, has won the Queen's Award for Export for supplying components to power stations in the Middle East.
We are now an international market force, and it is important that we have the support from people like the senior members of the royal family and senior members of government.
But it was the rather more unorthodox methods of engineering which really captured Prince Philip's attention. A television maker's Onwar Electronics, he wanted to find out from South Shield's workforce where he could get one of the rubber hammers they use to test every product. He was told that sadly they weren't provided with any of the sets.
It is just to check, like, to see if there's any dry joints in the chassis, and it does break down. And your first reaction to do when you go and you set is to bang it, so that's what it's for.
It was a traditional send-off from the Hong Kong company, which last year chose South Tyneside to site its first factory to be based in Europe, as an excuse to bring good luck and prosperity to the company as part of the Chinese New Year celebrations. From there, it was time for Prince Philip's nostalgic trip to come full circle, with a place he'd visited in the 40s and perhaps a few memories of his training in the Navy. Thankfully, this disaster wasn't for real. It was just a mock helicopter crash presented by South Tyneside College at their Seamanship and Survival Centre in South Shields. The Duke ended his day with a call into Trinity House in Newcastle. But if you're wondering where all the cheering crowds were, well, one lady made up for it with her own brand of a North East send-off.
That's a royal report by Karen Thomas. Moving on now. Police are still not ruling out a possible gangland motive for the firebomb